Hey there, good morning, everybody. I was up so stinking late last night that I'm a proper 40 minutes late this morning to Conscious Coffee. And then I got up this morning and it is soaking wet outside. It's really, really wet outside. So I'm not sitting outside. I'm in my kitchen. Doing Conscious Coffee from the kitchen. It's probably the winter spot. I don't know. I think I'll bounce around the house and see where the heck the best indoor spots for Conscious Coffee is. So, I didn't even make it to wash my face last night, take off my makeup, mess with my hair, nothing. I did brush my teeth. At least that, right? At least that. But I haven't brushed my teeth yet this morning. But that's normal. That's normal for Conscious Coffee. I pride myself on doing Conscious Coffee completely raw. Completely just didn't brush my teeth, like 2 sips in on my coffee. There we go. Don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. Actually, that's not true. I do know what I'm going to talk about. Sort of, kind of. Just the title that came in while I was making coffee, and I have no idea where I'm going to go with it. Called, what was it? Just Living for the Weekends? I get the gist of what it means. I do. I get the gist of what it means. It's always interesting. When I'm doing Conscious Coffee, I really legitimately do not plan Conscious Coffee out. Anything else I might plan, not really. But Conscious Coffee, I really just take it very in the moment. I just seize whatever the heck is coming in, and I really do ask while I'm making my coffee. Send a little prayer off to God. I go, okay, Lord, what are we talking about? What are we talking about today? And I just got a message that Facebook is still processing my video and they're going to let me know when it's done. I don't know what that means. So, hopefully, I'm still online here. Hopefully. You know what? Let me take a moment really quick. Since I'm sitting inside and I have my computer open, I can take a moment and even see what is going on over here. Okay. I see hearts flying, so maybe we're still on. Maybe everything's still working, right? But yes, everything's still working. It's weird to watch yourself. It's really, really weird to watch yourself. But anyways, so I always stand in front of the coffee pot and I ask, what are we talking about today, God? What is it? What's the message? And here we are on a Friday, and the words living for the weekend just came in. I was like, okay. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about living for the weekend. And I think it's more than living for the weekend. It's like living for the weekend. It's living for the 5 o'clock hour. It's me going to yawn. No, it's living for the weekend. It's living for the 5 o'clock hour. It's living for holidays, for vacations, for all this different stuff. And when you look at it and, feel free to send a little bit of love or thoughts or whatever if this sounds like you. If it is something where you yourself might be living for just those times. Like, are those the moments that you really look forward to in life? Or can you legitimately say that every single moment of your life is a good moment, is filled with, it's not that it's just filled with joy, because not every moment can be filled with joy. We have a lot of stuff that happens in our life, a lot of stuff that just is not that great. So obviously not every moment can be filled with joy and happiness and bliss and orgasm and all this different stuff. But are the only moments that's filled with all of that the weekend, the 5 o'clock hour and after, the holidays, the vacations, when we're not working? When we're not working, because we've compartmentalized this thing called work, and we've taken it and it takes up a large portion of our lives. We spend more time working than we do sleeping, than we do interacting with our families, than we do taking care of ourselves. And then we try to make time outside of work. We try to make time for everything else, except work has taken up all this time in our life, and we don't really have time for everything else, do we? You know, I'm going to throw a man under the bus that I used to date, and I adore him. He is such a sweetheart of a guy, but there is a reason why he is a used to. And we're still friends, and we get together whenever his schedule permits to have a drink or go to dinner or have a cup of coffee or something like that. And I have been trying to get together with this particular person for maybe, I want to say 8 or 9 weeks now. I want to say 8 or 9 weeks. I've legitimately been trying to just go have a glass of wine with him. And I have offered up every single week. Prior to the week, I look at the week and I offer up a couple dates and times, and I'm like, could you do this? And it's been like, I've offered up weekend dates, I've offered up Sunday dates, I've offered up lunch times, breakfast, you name it. I've offered up all this different stuff to him. And this is not the he's trying to avoid me thing. He sends me sweet messages and is very connective in text. He lives like 5 minutes from my house. On top of it, 5-6 minutes from my house. We don't even live far apart. I could probably almost walk there. But we can't get together, not even for like an hour, glass of wine, chit chat, just friendly catch up. And it's hilarious to me because it's like every single time I send out something to him, it's always this excuse, this reason. Well, it's always about work. It is always, always, always his work, which I know he's not lying to me, because when we dated eons ago, that's exactly why it wasn't going to work. It was because there was no space in his life for a relationship. Absolutely no space in his life for a relationship. And there's still no space in his life for a relationship. Not even a friendship of getting together, having a cup of coffee, chit-chatting, or anything like that. So it is very, very, so opposite my world. I mean, I get extremely busy and my life gets crazy and just chaotic and things going in 15 different directions and all of that. But I can always make room, typically, to go have lunch. At least, I mean, there's spots every single week and every single month where I can go and I can have interaction easily. And I could create even more pretty damn easily. So like, if I really, really found a calling to a pull to go and have lunch with somebody, it's going to happen. It's going to happen if they'll allow it. But I look at his life and I go, you know, it's pretty typical, because I have clients that have these busy ass lives as well. And lots of people in my life, lots of my friends and everything, not everybody that I know is an entrepreneur, is, you know, a small business owner that has freedom and flexibility and can create their own schedule the way that I can. So I am used to people having these lives where somebody else is dictating to them what their life is, who, you know, when they're at the office, when they can take lunch, when they go home, what they're doing on their weekends, that kind of stuff. I'm very used to that. But I look at these people in my life and I wonder, how the hell do you have any joy or happiness doing this stuff? Is this really what God created you for? Is this really, truly what you're here for? Like, are you really here to sit in that cubicle, to sit at that desk and answer the phone and type those things and deal with this and deal with that drama and cross your T's and dot your I's properly, and that's what you're here for, that's the big reason why you were born. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but at the same time, I want you to think about it. What's your purpose? What were you born for? What's the reason? Do you find joy? Do you find just this breathtaking awe? Are you excited about getting up in the fucking morning and starting your day? Now, granted, like this morning, I was like, oh shit, my alarm just went off. I gotta go do conscious coffee. And then I just laid there, and I sleep naked, so I just laid there and I was just stretching. And then I had this thought of like, I wonder if this is a sexy pose. Yep, I had that thought. And I was like stretching, and I was thinking, I wonder if this is a sexy pose. And then I started thinking about like a photo shoot and all this different stuff, because my daughter's back in town from Hawaii, and I think my other child is moving home too from Hawaii. But I'm not going to talk about that today because she'll shoot me. But I was laying there, and I was just stretching and feeling good, and ran my hands across my skin. And even though I have a commitment during the week to get up and do conscious coffee, the reality is that, yes, I am committed to everybody here to go do conscious coffee, but I'm not on some time schedule. I could literally do conscious coffee at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon if I really freaking wanted to, right? It's not about me having to show up at a certain time. I've put that on myself. There's a difference in that. There is a difference when we do things for ourselves, for our own expansion, for our own growth, to touch the world the way we want to touch the world, not the way somebody else is dictating to us. And I'm not saying that everybody has to be an entrepreneur, by no means at all. Matter of fact, I hope that not everybody ever becomes an entrepreneur, because opportunity would get lost if everybody started just doing things themselves and just living for themselves. Although I would love that world could do that we could all just go be and do and have all the stuff that we want on our own terms. It's never going to happen, because we're human beings, and it's just never going to happen, which keeps things a world of opportunity for those of us who are entrepreneurs. It keeps things exciting. It keeps people needing other people too, in a lot of ways. And we always do need other people, because we're community-based creatures. But if you're living for the weekends, if you're getting up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're throwing your shit together, and you're storming out the door, and you're getting in your car and commuting for 20, 30, 60 minutes, maybe longer depending on what city you live in, right? Maybe you're taking a bus, maybe you're taking a train, maybe you're driving, maybe you're sitting in traffic, you're doing all these different things, you're sitting there, you're commuting, and you're dealing with all these other pissed off people that had to get up early in the morning, and everybody's presenting these images that they're not, but everybody's presenting this personality, this image that they have to be. And we're all frustrated with each other. And you get to the office, you get to your workplace, and you're now dealing with all these, I hear this a lot, I work with stupid people. Except everybody in your office thinks that they work with stupid people. So everybody's talking about the stupid people that they work with, so that means that you're one of the stupid people, and they're one of the stupid people, and everybody's the stupid people. And it's just showing that there's frustration, there's irritation, bitterness, resentment toward that life that is providing your livelihood, that's providing the roof over your head, the car that you drive, the clothes that you wear, the food that you eat, the trips that you take, your weekends. It provides for your weekends. And then you get to Friday, right? And you wake up on Friday and you're like, oh, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. This is, can make it through. And everybody's Friday is probably different, because there's plenty of people that work on the weekend too, right? So what do the weekend people say? Some people probably look at Friday and feel like it's Monday. It's like, oh, it's Monday, right? But you get to that, thank God it's Friday feel. And you look at the weekend and you're like, okay, what am I going to do for the weekend? You get these plans and this excitement about like, okay, when 5 o'clock rolls around tonight, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And it's date night. It's got that, the Friday night feel, right? In football terms, it's the Friday night feel. It's where's the party? It's where's the this going on, the event, the excitement. And you just kind of want to just connect and go and experience and just let your hair down, right? It's just yes. And then you get up to Saturday. It's like Saturdays you can just chill if you want. Like you can sleep in, you can do all this different stuff. A lot of people normally do their laundry, clean their house, clean their car, go do something with the family, go do this, go do that, and I try to pack all this shit into Saturday. And there's no time for breathing. There's really no time. Or they just veg out and they do absolutely nothing. And they just sit on the couch and like Netflix their Saturday away. And then Sunday, of course, a lot of people focus in on going to church and connecting to God and connecting community and going and having family lunches, brunches, and all that good stuff. And then trying to finish up whatever they didn't get done on Saturday, on Sunday. And really focus in on family. And we do these things where, then you got your holidays and your vacations, and we plan and we have to look forward to something. And the statement of, I need something to look forward to says that I'm not really fucking liking my life. I need something to look forward to. I'm not liking what's going on in my life right now. I'm not appreciating what is happening here because this is just all a shitty situation that I'm really dreading, that I'm really not enjoying, I'm really not living. There is no bliss. So what can I look forward to? So we book trips and we plan events and we do this and we do that, and it's to give us some sort of joy, some sort of happiness, some sort of like, oh, all I have to do is I have to just make it through the next 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is, right? And then we're going here, and then I'm doing this, and then I can live. Then I can live. Until then, I'm going to just put my head down, and I'm going to just make it through the day. I'm going to just make it through the day. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's not really living. It's not really living, is it? I mean, if you got that feeling that you're really dreading waking up and you really just don't want to deal with your day, you need something to look forward to because you're really just like, ugh, the day's not great. Somebody messaging me over here. See if I can get rid of him for just a second. There we go. He's taking up my screen. But we're not living in that category. So this conscious coffee is really to kind of get you to think about, like, does that hit you over the head? Is that where you're at? Or can you look at your life and say, no, I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. No, I wake up and it doesn't matter if it's Monday or Wednesday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, sure, I love to go on trips. Yeah, sure, I love to do this, but that's not what I live for. I don't live for those escape moments. I don't need to escape my life. I love my life just the way it is. I love my life just the way it is. I love every single moment of it. Yeah, there's bad shit that happens, but my life is just full of connection, full of joy, full of bliss, full of growth, expansion. I feel on purpose. I feel in tune. I feel connected. I feel alive. Do you feel alive? That's truly what this conscious coffee is about. On this Friday when everybody's going, yay, it's Friday, yay, what have you got planned for the weekend? And, I've already had people pop me messages here going, hey, what you doing, girl? What your plans for the weekend? What's this, what's that? And I do have plans for the weekend because I got my little munchkins coming in tonight, my 3 and 5-year-old. And so I do have some plans to go take them out because I haven't seen them for a few days. And so I'm going to go and have a good family day tomorrow. And I'm going to go and I'm going to go do some cool shit with my kids. And I've got house stuff that I have not made time for this week. But that's me not making time for different stuff that I want to get done, that I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday to go do. And I will focus in and have more community things, because other people, my world still works with other people, and that means that I have to be respectful of other people's times and commitments, and that means that some of my community stuff happens on the weekends a lot more than it would any other time. But I don't give a shit that it's Friday. I don't. Today is very similar to yesterday. I have less work in my office to do today. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go to my office today. Yesterday, I went to my office because I chose to meet with a friend, because I chose to pull a client in that needed help. And I literally told him, get your ass into my office. We're talking about this. But I didn't even have to go to my office yesterday. Not if I didn't want to. I wanted to. I wanted to. Get that? I wanted to go to my office yesterday. I wanted to go do what I did. I looked at my schedule and I didn't dread one moment of my schedule this last week. I had some tough conversations. I had some different things happen, some drama. I had some good, some bad, some very exciting. So, I had this whole gamut of different things take place, much like everybody does. The difference is that there wasn't one moment in my week that I found myself going, I wish this wasn't happening. I wish that today didn't happen. When's the weekend? When's Friday? God, I just wish it was Saturday. Wish I could just not deal with this. No. Even the shitty things that happened, even the rough spots, the little bumps in my week's road that happened, I actually enjoyed. Because it's part of life, it's part of connection, it's part of everything. There was nothing there that's felt out of alignment for the moment. It felt like it wasn't in some way a piece of my current purpose. I wasn't trying to live for something else and just get through the moment. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't trying to live for something else and just get through the moment. I wasn't existing. I was living. Every single moment of my week, I was living. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? Were you living every single moment of your life for the week? Has July been a living month? Or a, woo, we went from the 4th of July and the fireworks and drinking and all that different stuff, and do you then go from moment of masking to moment of masking to moment of masking, just in anticipation for maybe that last summer trip that you have planned, or that weekend getaway that you have planned? I drink my coffee. It's starting to get cold. Talk here and I forget that I got coffee. Got the conscious part down. I don't have the coffee part down today. So, do you live for the weekends? Do you live for the 5 o'clock hour? Do you live for holidays and vacations? Do you need a vacation from your life? Maybe that should have been the title of this, right? Do you need a vacation from your life? I sure the fuck don't. I don't think anybody should need a vacation from their life. It's your life. I mean, if you need a vacation from your life, then you're not really living. Plain and simple. Right? You're just not living if you need that vacation. And you could say, well, Kendal, your view on the world and on the way life works is completely wrong. Not everybody can have the life that you have. Not everybody can make their own schedule. Not everybody can go and have the connection and the opportunity and create what you create and have that. Some of us actually have to work for a living. Some of us actually have to go do this, go do that. Life is not all about joy and bliss. Life has a lot of shit in it. Your view is so, I don't even know what the word is because I'm not conscious enough to have my brain working like a dictionary right now. So, I don't know what that word is. You know the word. Life is not that word. Yeah. Well, I call bullshit. I believe I've been around too many successful people. I've been around too many entrepreneurs, too many optimistic people that create amazing lives for themselves. And the one thing that I see with all successful people, is that we have this mindset of actually living and believing that we can claim our lives, believing that we are in charge of our energy, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, that we truly are creators. I don't know what the heck my phone is doing. Should have taken the busy thing off. I forgot this morning. Sorry, guys. But successful people believe that they are the creators of their life. And I'm not talking about successful people meaning like there's some income bracket there or something that says that you're successful. I'm talking about people that live their lives. That's it. Just living your life. That's success in this moment, okay? So a person that is successfully living their life believes that they create their life, and they figure out any way to make sure that they create their life. They don't just follow suit and do what they're told and then sit around and bitch and moan and complain about all the shit that they've got that they're going through. No, they create what they are living. Their expression comes through them instead of an expression being told to them. It kind of is like, if we were all told who to marry, right? If arranged marriages was still a thing for the entire world, not just for certain parts of our world. Imagine if you, and some people watching this might be able to actually imagine it, because I know that I have followers that actually have community or living in those situations, and I've coached arranged marriage people before too, and it's always an interesting scenario. There's pros and cons to it, that's for sure, much like anything. But imagine if you were told who you were going to have sex with, have babies with, and live into your ripe old golden years with, and that's just the way it was, and this was designed for you. As soon as you were born, somebody was picked out for you, and you didn't really know them, and yeah, you might have met them a few times as you were a kid, but then you get to the right age, and then basically you just get married, and that's it. That's what you get to choose, and you don't really even get to choose it, right? You're just going to go do it because that's what you do, and that's the way life is. And now this very intimate, very big piece of your life has been dictated to you. This relationship, potentially one of the most important relationships in your life, has been dictated to you, and you've been told who you're going to love, who you're going to open your heart to, who you're going to sex with, who you're bearing their children or getting them pregnant, who you're going into these deep intimacies with, who you're going to travel through life with, the good, the bad, and the ugly aspects of life. And this is somebody else, your parents, those that are responsible for you as a child, tell you that this is the rest of your life. This is what you're doing. It doesn't sound very good, does it? Versus you go out and you discover who you are, and you get in touch with yourself, and you explore personalities, and you figure out what you like and what you don't like in potential mates. And you're like, oh, I really like this about this person, I really like that about that person, I really don't like these traits or characteristics, or this, I really enjoy this. And then all of a sudden Mr. or Mrs. Perfect pops into your life, and they have so much of what you enjoy. They like to do the same activities. They like similar foods, perhaps. Maybe you really meet well in the mind. Maybe you really have great conversations. The sex is amazing. They really turn you on. I mean, just like you look at them and you're just like, ooh, like, you know, you just like get turned on by that person. And then you really open your heart. You really open your heart and you allow that person to penetrate your heart, and you find yourself so in love. And as scary as fuck as that might be, you love it. It's so amazing. It's the best feeling. And you just lean in and you take it in a little bit more. And then they ask you to marry them, or you ask them to marry you. And you find yourself in that relationship, and you have children in that relationship. And yeah, sure, shit happens and you fight, and maybe you end up divorced or something like that, or who knows. All that stuff can happen to any relationship. But on the beginning side, that versus, here, honey, here's the woman, the guy that you're going to marry, and this is what you're going to do. And there's like no chemistry, no turn on, no good conversations, no similar enjoyments, nothing. Which would you rather have? I mean, can you imagine? Yet we do this with our work. We do this with our work. Our parents, again, society, our parents tell us that we should do this, that we should do that. The smart person goes to college, they get this degree, they work for eons, right? And you just work your way up in a company, or you switch companies until you get to the right position. You work your way up the ladder. You have this, you have that. You go to work from 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever the heck your schedule is. You put in all this time. You live at your work, basically, and you just do it. You just put your head down and you just do it. You just do it and do it and do it until you retire. And then when you retire, everything's groovy and great, and that's when you can live. That's when you can live. Like, be the responsible person, right? And live then. And then you're out of retirement for like 7 years and you drop dead. Wow, that sounds exciting. Sign me up. No fucking way. No way in hell. Now, if you're doing a job and you absolutely love it, and it's something that you've wanted to do forever, and it turns you on and you're excited and you feel a purpose and a calling, completely different story. When you get in the car, yes, sure, there's those mornings that you don't want to get up. There's those people that you don't want to deal with. There's all that kind of stuff. But if you are doing something that you actually enjoy, whether it is dealing with corporate America or building your own company, your own business, or something else, this is not about what you do. It's about your turn on to what you do, your turn on to your life. Do you really fucking enjoy your life? That's the question. Do you really fucking enjoy your life? So with that, that's the question I want to get you thinking about on this Friday as you enter the weekend, and many people are excited about doing things, all those weekend plans, all those weekend joys. And on Sunday, how are you going to feel on Sunday? So, do you live for the weekends? Do you live for holidays, vacations, and the 5 o'clock hour? Are you living a turned on life? Do you need to vacation from your life? Newsflash, if you need to vacation from your life, you're not really enjoying your life. You're not really living. So think about that today. A little bit more of a serious conscious coffee, huh? Not the sexy things that I was talking about yesterday. But needed things. Think about it. Why do you need to vacation from your life? What about your life are you trying to escape? What pieces are you not happy with? Where do you not feel in alignment? Have you ever thought that maybe the fact that you're not feeling in alignment in this piece of your life, that you actually may be out of alignment to other things? Maybe that's why when people start really disliking their jobs, that there's also other issues going on. They have issues in their relationships. Health issues come up. I'm a firm believer that the majority of health issues are assigned to our lack of alignment to our purpose, to our calling, not listening to our spirit, and really just being out of that flow. So look at the things that are going on in your life. Your body is physically is speaking to you, trying to tell you what is going on. See where you have anxiety, frustration, all these different things. Really, truly pay attention to your heart, to your soul. It really is all about heart. It doesn't mean that you have to change your career. It doesn't mean that you have to change your house, your relationship, or anything else. It's not about actually changing something. It's actually about viewing it differently, finding a reason to live in your day, in this thing, this life that you're living. I mean, stop treating your life like you can just recycle it and you're going to get a new one tomorrow and like, whatever, I'll just make it through this one and then I'll just pick up a new one next week. Yeah, no. Reincarnation is a thing, yippee yay, but here's the thing, you're not going to remember this life. So when you want to actually live it, is your life worth remembering? Is it? I mean, that's a really brutal, tough question. I actually can't believe that just came out of my mouth, but it did. Is your life worth remembering? If you're answering no to it, then fucking change it, because you're worth so much. You're radiant, you're beautiful, you've got a message to share, you have a purpose more than just the horrible of every single moment of just getting through the day. No, that's not what God created you for. That's not what you're here for. You're here for a reason. Figure out your fucking reason. And you already probably know your reason. If you actually just sit with yourself, allow yourself to feel all the emotion, allow yourself to feel your heart, to tap into your soul. What's the thing that you've always wanted to do? What's the thing that you just can't ever escape from? What are you always just called towards? Where's that pull? Where's that turn on? Where's that little bit of butterflies in your stomach? Because I could never do that. I could never do that. Yeah, you could. Maybe that's your purpose. Maybe that's what your soul really wants to do. Maybe it's just a hobby that you need to take on. Who knows? Who knows? Find your purpose. Discover yourself. And lean into you. Go be you. Okay, guys? Go be you. Go have a fucking amazing weekend. Absolutely amazing weekend. You're going to see pinned to this Conscious Coffee my Stop Fucking Around course. It is a 10-day alignment ass kickery where you get one-on-one time with me. It is group coaching here on Facebook, where for 10 solid days, I'm going to be doing a 10-day workshop. Quite literally 10 days. We're talking about you are going to end up with anywhere from 10 to 15 hours probably of live training on how to have that killer fuck yes life that you want. And this is not about creating your business, but it might be about creating a business. This is not about necessarily going and finding Mr. or Mrs. Perfect out there, but it might be about going and finding Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. I'm going to touch on so many different areas of our lives and give you the how-tos on how to really pull this shit into your life. Make your life worth living, where you're not waking up on Monday morning going, oh God, I wish it was Friday already. Where you're not going, I'm going to just plan something out and hope that I make it through the next 2 months so that I can get to that trip. No. I'm going to give you all my tips, tricks, and things that I do to stay motivated, to call in the bliss, the joy that I experience every single day. I'm going to give you all the different things that actually, so we have what I call blind spots, these blind spots that sabotage us from having the life that we want. I'm going to talk about the 3 biggest ones that we actually have and go through how we can clear those and different exercises on how you can do this. And everything that I'm giving you, here's the thing, I don't spend a lot of time in my life doing a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm like the 15-minute wonder person. Like, I work out for 15 minutes, I meditate for 15 minutes, I write for 15 minutes. Everything's about 15 minutes for me. It's like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. I can get a lot of shit done in 15 minutes. And that is how I kind of roll. And I don't beat myself up over little things. I've learned these different strategies, different ways to just kind of allow for life to blossom, but at the same time, command it to blossom. And I'm going to share all that with you. Over 10 days, I'm going to share all that with you. Plus, you're going to get the one-on-one support. There's group support, of course, if you want to take that up. Or there's different things that will be going on in the group, different prompts, different things to like bring in a really cool energy. And so that you can become a conscious creator with a good community around you. But on the other side, you're going to get one-on-one coaching time with me. So it's unlimited daily coaching time over this 10-day period from July 18th to the end of the month, where I am going to be accessible like I normally am not. Typically, you message me on Facebook, I just don't respond. People get really, really pissed off with that. Or you get a very closed-ended response from me where I keep it very short and sweet and just carry on with your life type thing, because my time is valuable and I do have a large group of people that I'm working with, so I make sure that I'm available to them and not to everybody else at that kind of level. So I am making myself available at that level for 10 days to help you achieve the goals that you want, to actually have the life that you want. We are going to get in there and get some good shit rocking, and I'm going to help you align your ass like no other time ever. So take advantage of this 10-day transformational course that I've got going. Like I said, the link is pinned in here on the comments before to check it out. We go live on the 18th. You're going to see lots of different stuff coming out for this class. Make sure, click on the link, sign up today, share it on your website, share it with anybody that you think might actually want to improve their life. Do you know somebody who would really like to have a fuck yes life but has no freaking clue where to start? Yep. Or do you have somebody that's living a fantastic life, that you know somebody that's living a fantastic life, but they could use some little tips and tricks and tweaks to really rock that shit? Well, you want to become the badass that you know that you've always wanted to be, and that something inside of you tells you that you can be, but you just don't know how to get there. Come check out Stop Fucking Around, because this course is going to be phenomenal. Can't wait for it. And as always, stop existing, start living, and I will catch you guys on Monday with another Conscious Coffee. Blessings for the weekend, guys.